Need a new one?
Hello guys, welcome back to TierSpec TV. Before we start, I want to say that today's video is sponsored by Autodoc, which is a huge online car parts store with a huge variety of parts at very low prices, all of which can be returned within 200 days and is available in 26 countries and all through their easy to use mobile app. Now with that out of the way, let's head down to the yard and meet up with Nissa to find out what we're doing today. So as I've mentioned previously, I have a bit of a steering wobble going on with my TD5 Defender at around 50 miles an hour, 80 kilometers an hour and above. So what we're going to do today is try and solve this. The problem is that this death wobble is although it is a fairly common issue for Defenders, there is about a million different things it can be, and it's pretty difficult to work out which one of those things it is. For example, wheel bearings, wheel balancing, and among other things, steering damper and Panhard bushes, which is what we're going to change today and see if that makes a difference. So I have got a brand new Terra Firma, heavy duty Terra Firma steering damper and some just standard bushes for the Panhard Rod here. So we're going to change those and see if it makes a difference. So over here on the Defender itself, we can see that is the Panhard Rod going along here. So the bushes we need to change are in there and up where it's my finger there, and then this here is the steering damper we're going to change. We believe that is a completely stock one, and although it's quite hard to see at the moment, when we put it side by side with the new one, you'll see just how much bigger the new one is in comparison to this stock one. So the Panhard Rod is now off. We had a bit more trouble with the right hand bolt than the left hand one, but we got it off in the end just by cutting it. So now it is time for the new bushes to go in.
So right now we're using the hydraulic press to get out the bushings, and if you were to do this job yourself, you can see right here that we are now pushing nearly 5 tons of force down onto the bushing and it's slowly coming out. So if you want to do this job yourself, on an old Land Rover, you probably want somebody with a hydraulic press to do it. Do the job, because you can't hammer that out. You can't hammer with a force of 5 tons. Although you can liquefy it, and if it's liquid, we can't be stopped. This way is a bit gentler. Now we're using 5 tons. As we can see, it's slowly coming out now.
Nissa is now getting the second one out, but we can see the difference between the old and the new right here on the bench.
Well, my suspicion is that it's leaking fluid, or has been at some point, which then there's a tiny bit of air inside of the dampener, which means that you can actually feel the free play of it. So if you're driving along, you can actually push it down and then swiftly pull it back up, and it'll actually move about more than a centimeter. So I'm pretty sure this one is done for it. But there's no signs of it leaking, but it could have been leaking, or just a tiny bit of the time letting air inside. And if this is a standard one, it's about time to change it to a new one.
Need a new one?
So if we put the two dampers side by side, we can see the size difference between them. So whether this one is working or not, we should be able to hopefully feel a noticeable difference when driving with the heavy duty one.
So right now, just to help ourselves in the future, I'm putting some NTCs and lubricating pure nickel special thingy-bob, which just makes next time you take this off, it won't be rusted completely together, hopefully. So that's why it's a good thing to put on things that you're putting on the car that you know you're not going to be taking off in a long time, but you had a hard time getting off. You're just going to help yourself in the future by doing this. So these rubber bits that goes on each side of the connecting bracket onto the frame needs to go in a special way around. You can see that they're not completely the same on both sides, where we got this bit protruding out, and that thing needs to go inside. The same with the other side, needs to go together. So these two things that kind of comes out then need to connect together within the bracket on the frame itself. And these ones are just purely made so this one doesn't connect directly to the frame, but it got a tiny bit of play in it as well. And they're quite visible, so it's easy to see if they're cracked or completely unusable again. But pretty much all kits comes with new ones of these. Got one on each side. Make sure they connect through the hole and put on the locking nut and just tighten it up.
So now we've got the steering damper and the new Panhard bushes on. I also have this. It is an old steering guard which Nissa kindly donated to me because he could no longer use it after getting his winch bumper. So I thought we would try and fit this on, and now that I've basically revamped all the bits in there, we can try and get this steering guard on top of it to give it all some protection. So for each side of the steering guard we have these plates, which are then going to go and connect up to this bolt on the tow hook on each side, and then on this hole there. While Nissa takes apart all the bits for the brackets, I'm going to be cleaning up the bolts. Fixed the steering wobble I was experiencing. I think for the most part, yes, there's still a slight jiggle, but it's not like a death wobble as it's known. I don't know, there's a bit of a wobble still. Do a few runs, high-speed runs, to really tell. But other than that, is there a noticeable difference in steering feel? I would say it's a little smoother, a little more consistent, but not massive. But I'm just gonna try and get the speed up a little bit, legally, to see if this wobble is really gone. Because occasionally it won't do it, that's the thing, like before we did this fix, I mean. You know, it wouldn't do it every single time, which was the weird thing. Whether that hints to what it might be, I'm not quite sure. Maybe someone can shed some light on that. God, this thing really pulls. Not that I didn't know that already. Yeah, it's weird, there's like a slight kind of like wiggle or something still at that speed, but I think it has improved. It must have. It is better. Now hopefully this isn't a fluke that these runs I've just done just happened not to be wobbling. Hopefully it is actually fixed. But it feels pretty good. Steering feels smooth. And I have to say, if nothing else, having a steering guard on it does look quite cool and gives you some peace of mind, because you know, you see the off-roading we do, and the front end does get beaten up quite a bit. My license plate is evidence of that, and how smashed up that is. So yeah, no regrets about it. Listen to that noise. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end the video here. Say thank you very much for watching, guys. Okay, there is still a wobble. Yep, so it's still wobbling. Brilliant. Okay, we'll have to leave it on that note, and maybe there'll be a next part to this video where we investigate it further. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe if you haven't already, to see plenty more content from TSPEC TV on YouTube. And we will see you